Thanks for joining us here at Material Management Software. In this particular video, we're going to walk through how to download the Power Purchase app onto your Android or iOS device. There's going to be a couple of different methods that you can use to do this. One is to download it either from the Google Play Store or from the iOS App Store. Both those methods, if they're not successful, we're going to also walk through how to download the app without having to go through Google Play so that you don't have to have an account. Or some people's phones, they just act a little bit differently. We don't know what you have on your phone or how it's operating, things of that sort. So we'll walk through how to get past some of these iOS and Android issues, and then we'll talk about how to log in. Let's get started. Now on this screen, this is called an emulator. This particular emulation, we're going to walk through Google Play. It's going to be a similar function on iOS. So either one is going to work well. So the first thing is in Google Play, we're going to go and search for it. So I'm going to type in Power Purchase app. And here we are right here. If you click on this, it's going to prompt you to download, and then just follow the instructions on the screen. It's going to be the same thing for iOS. It's just that simple. Now, what we're going to talk about, though, is what happens if this isn't successful. Again, different phones, different things that are loaded on them, different access to the app stores. Some people don't have accounts into the app stores. Regardless, though, we'll talk about how if this method of getting the app on your phone is not successful, let's take a look at that. In the event this wasn't successful for you, let's talk about how to download the app manually. First things first, we're going to go through Android, and then we're going to go through iOS, and we'll talk about how to install the app without having to go through the Apple Play Store, or sorry, the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store. All right, first things first, you're going to click on, if you're in Android, likely on Chrome. This should work on Firefox as well if you've got that installed, or any other browser on your phone. Most people are using Google Chrome on their Android device. First thing you're going to do is open up your browser and go to ppf.matmgt.com from the web browser. Next, you're going to click those three dots in the upper corner. Once you click those three dots, it's going to prompt you to say add to the home screen, and then once it starts to add to the home screen, it's going to ask you to install. This is going to reach out to the Google Play Store and download it. Now, we'll talk about logging in just a moment and some of the other things that you can do with this, but first I want to talk about the Apple side. Apple's a little bit different, but same thing. You're going to open up a web browser. Most of you are going to have Safari. Some of you will have Chrome. Either way, it should be successful. Safari is going to be the most direct way to do this. So you open your web browser, and again, you type in ppf.matmgt.com. And once you're there, you're going to see this little box with an up arrow. Once you click that box, you're going to be able to add to the home screen. Once you add to your home screen, then you're going to have it installed, and then it's going to create an icon on your phone. I called it a desktop, but on your phone app screen. End process right there as far as getting the app on there. Now let's talk a little bit about how to log in. So everybody should have received an email from Material Management. Some emails went to spam, some people got the email and didn't know what to do with it at the time. That's okay. You can get a new email by going here and clicking Forgot Your Password. When you forget your password, you're going to type in your email address, and that's going to send you a new link to set up your password. Now, this is for people that are not using single sign-on. Those that are using single sign-on, which if you know, you know, and if you don't know what that is, then don't worry about it. But you're going to create a particular password. Once you've clicked Forgot Your Password, an email will appear. Check your spam folder, guys, and then it'll bring up with your email address, and then it'll allow you to set a password. Once you set up a password, you're good to go. End process right there. Let's talk about the two primary things that you can do with your Power Purchase app. So depending on the features that your organization has been set up with, there's some real simple things here that you can do. The first thing is get a purchase order. Now, your screens may vary a little bit, but if you need to get a PO number, your screen is likely going to have some basic information in there. The vendor, if it's a work order, then you can click on work order, the job, the cost, if you're going to upload a file, if you need to do a purpose, but you're going to fill out these basic pieces of information. Your screen may vary. Then you're going to generate your PO number. Then you can email that PO, you can call it into a supply house, you can do any method that you normally do to get that PO number over to your distributor of choice. That's how you can do it. End process right there. That one's simple. I'll show it here in the app just so that you see what I'm talking about. Now again, back to my emulator just to show you how it works. So again, this is the app screen. I'm in there as a Google Android one, but again, it's going to look pretty similar on the iOS as well. So I'm going to click Get PO. I'm going to pick my vendor, my job. We may have a cost, we may have a file, we may have comments. I'm going to click Generate PO. Oops, I didn't fill out all my information, so it is going to prompt you. And then I'm going to get my PO number. So here's my purchase order number. End process there for getting a PO. Now let's say you needed to fill out a requisition. So again, this is the second most important thing. The rest of these features, that's all nice and things like that, but the two most important things are get PO, create requisition. A requisition is, hey, I want somebody else to take a look at this. I need to send it along to somebody in my organization to review, or maybe I want to get a quote. There's a lot of different reasons why you're going to do a requisition rather than going straight to a purchase order. And some people, they're not going to allow you to create a purchase order out in the field. They want you to send everything in as a requisition so that it gets reviewed ahead of time. So for requisitions, again, job, work order, if it's a non-job, I'm going to pick my job, I'm going to pick my vendor. If I need to upload a document such as a PDF or an Excel document, I'm going to need to do a need by date, and then I need to hit save if I want to send this off for somebody to take a look at. If I'm permitted, I may be able to issue a PO. Now, what if I don't know the vendor? Then the issue PO goes away. So if I don't know where this is going, then if I just hit save, that's going to send it off to the next potential person in the chain that's going to then make that buy decision for you. And that's it. Now I have items or attachments. If I need to add items, I can go in here and add some items. Or if I want to be able to add from a catalog, your catalog may vary. This one right here is a pretty standard generic catalog, and I can see I see about 1.5 million items in here, but these are 1.5 million items that you guys probably may not need. So each person's going to have a different one. So I'm going to go ahead and save this guy, and that's it. I now have a requisition number. I could look this one up, add a vendor, and then be able to issue the PO out if I wanted to, if I have approval for that. So lots of different options, but at the core here, the basic thing is I can get a PO, I can create a requisition. So that's how we download the app on our phone. We can access the app if I don't have rights to the Google Play or iOS App Store, and then how to log in, how to get a PO, and create a requisition. Thanks for your time.